Hey guys, thanks for watching. Please make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and all our social media platforms at Phenoboxing. You can follow my personal social media at Adriana_sports. Enjoy.
Okay, first I just want to say congratulations, to all the young fighters, that's making big moves in the sport of boxing. I must commend all the young fighters that's up and coming. Take my hat off to them and say, congratulations just on all your accomplishments, all the young fighters at lightweight. Not just at lightweight, just in boxing period. So I just want to say congratulations to all the fighters, not just the fighters at lightweight, but all the fighters. So as far as Tank, I'm just so happy with Tank. Right now, one of the biggest fighters in the sport of boxing. No matter where we go, he's, I've laid the blueprint on what to do, and I played a major part, and I was supposed to play a major part in helping him grow, as far as growth. But as far as in the ring, what we've been talking about these last 12 weeks, what's very important is basically making the weight. Your weight should be made a lot earlier. So he decided to come to Las Vegas, do a 12-week training camp, and so far, everything has went great. He's been able to focus, work extremely hard. He got different looks as far as sparring, boxing. He got different looks. And the main thing is, right now, he's under 134 pounds, which is great. So I think we have like a week and something to go. I don't know how many days exactly, but I'm proud of him. And I'm proud of Leo too, also, because a lot of people saying, oh, Leo's a small guy. Let me tell people about the sport of boxing. The sport of boxing is about testing yourself against the best. And if you beat the best at your weight class, you must move to another weight class. So Leo was the best at one weight class. He moved to another. He dominated. He moved to another. He dominated. And that's what this sport is about. Taking chances and taking a huge risk to be the best. I did the same thing. I was at 130. I beat the best at 130. I went to 35. I beat the best at 135. I went to 40. And at that time, the biggest name at 140 at that particular time was Arturo Gatti. Now, he probably wasn't the best fighter, but that was the biggest name. And the biggest fight to be made at 140 at that particular time was me and Arturo Gatti. Correct. So we made that fight happen. Then eventually, I couldn't get Constant Tszyu for that fight to happen. The Constant Tszyu fight wasn't able to happen. So you know what I did? I said, let me go to 147 and take a risk and roll the dice. I went to 47. I fought Zab, and then of course Zab was, I think if I'm not mistaken, he was the last undisputed champion at 147 pounds. And then eventually I moved to 154, fought Oscar at a weight that he wanted to fight at. And then when I take a chance or a risk and go up and fight a guy, they're gonna say, you know what, he's over the hill. And with the sport of boxing, and I want to say this right now about the sport of boxing. I don't want everybody at home to hear me when I say this. A belt, I'm tired and I'm at home, and this goes for any company. I don't care if it's Top Rank, if it's Golden Boy, if it's Mayweather Promotions, if it's PBC. There's too many champions in the sport of boxing right now. Too many champions. It's not a such thing as a super champion, not at all. And I'm not taking nothing away from no fighter. It's too many belts. And the reason why is let me tell people what's going on in the sport of boxing, why there's so many different titles and so many different belts. People don't know you have to pay for every belt that you win, there's a sanctioning fee. So now if a fighter wins an interim belt, he has to pay a sanctioning fee. If a fighter has just the regular belt, he has to pay a sanctioning fee. Then if a fighter is a super champion, then he has to pay a sanctioning fee. This is not good for the sport of boxing. When a fighter fights, every fighter is a champion. Now, after you see no belts, is like a fighter winning an amateur trophy. Everybody is the champion. Everybody have a belt. Now we look at the lightweight division, okay? And I want to say the fight the other day was a hell of a fight. Congratulations to the winner. He done his job. He went out there and did what he had to do. But if Devin Haney is the WBC champion at lightweight, right? And Gervonta Tank Davis is the WBA champion. Now, it's safe to say that Teofimo is the champion he's the champion, the IBF and the WBO champion. But I can't knock what he has done, because I have to take my hat off to him, for what he has done. And then we talk about different fighters proving themselves. There's no different from Marquez. They're going to say, oh, Mayweather was the bigger guy. Remember, at one particular time, in 1996, before I went to when I was in the Olympics, I fought at 125 and a half. It's 125 and a half because it's 57 kilograms. So in that same year, I turned professional at 130. So we can't keep talking about guys. This guy is a small guy. To be the best, you must take risks. You must take chances. And if it takes going up in weight or going down in weight, that's the sport of boxing. That's how boxing works. And we look at Manny Pacquiao. He done the same thing. He take chances, but then when he lose to me, guess what they say? Mayweather was he was the bigger fighter. It's always a catch-22 when it comes to me. So once again, I don't want to knock no fighter, but I'm tired of seeing fighters after the fight. Everybody got a championship belt now. Now boxing, all these belts is like trophies. The WBC, the WBA, the IBF and the WBO, y'all gotta clean this shit up. Y'all have to clean this up. This is bad for boxing. Ain't there such thing as no super champion. You guys are just taking extra money from all these fighters, getting extra money from sanctioning fees. And this goes to my company as well. We gotta clean this sport of boxing up. This don't look good. When you look on TV now, everybody's a champion. You see all these fighters posing with a belt. And then we got another guy at lightweight, which is Ryan Garcia. And then I look at Ryan Garcia, and he's a pretty cool fighter, and I don't take nothing away from him. He's with Golden Boy, and I wish him nothing but the best in his career. But before you can, and I seen Ryan, for an example, Ryan Garcia is one of the fighters that got in the ring holding the WBC belt and holding another belt. This is not cool for the sport. And do I think he can become world champion? Absolutely, he can become champion. Do I think he can beat Gervonta Tank Davis? Right now, as of right now, absolutely not. Now, that would be a fight next, but Tank cannot overlook Leo Santa Cruz. Hell of a fighter, tough competitor, and like I said before, if he went to 4 weight classes, it's obvious he can fight his ass off. So any fighter that's no different from Canelo. Canelo was able to jump weight classes. You know why? You look, you say, well, Canelo, when he faced me, they said, well, you beat Canelo at a catch weight. Remember this. You go back and you read the articles. Before you can speak on anything, you must do your homework. Okay. Canelo was the one that said he wanted to fight me at a catch weight class. So me being a smart businessman, guess what? I'm gonna test you and see if you really want to do it. Now, is he one of the best fighters out there, pound for pound? Absolutely, he's one of the best out there. But we cannot overlook Gervonta Tank Davis. He's also one of the best out there, pound for pound. And you look at him, I believe it's like over a 90% knockout ratio.
95.
95% knockout ratio. So whoever you got to realize this. One thing we know about Gervonta Tank Davis, he got an equalizer in any hand. So he can hit you with any hand, and it could be good night, Irene.
Now, Gervonta.
Hey guys, I hope you guys are safe at home in quarantine, but don't forget to subscribe here at Pheno Boxing and follow my personal one at Adriana_sports. And guess what? We're gonna knock out this coronavirus. Bop, bop, bop.